Coach, can you tell us, in terms of sport, how did your father raise you?
You know, in my generation, once the older people, like the grandparents, the aunts, the dads, the moms, when they see the kids stuck to the television, we used to get kicked out of the house. My dad would kick me out of the house, and he would teach me boxing. And he would get me in a stance, tell me how to hold my hand, and he would tell me how to throw the punches, and then he would be like, okay, go. And he would, I would just have to, throw punches. And at that time, how he tricked me, he told me, fight the shadow. So fight your own shadow. And it's really hard to do.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But as a kid, I was stuck on that. I would be like really trying to beat my shadow because, as a kid, you believe your parents. Your dad said, okay, I want you to beat the shadow. And I really tried, and that habit carried with me, man, for years and years and years and years until a point came when I just really started focusing on running and playing football. But yeah, man, same, riding my bike was another situation like that. Kicked me out of the house. You're gonna ride your bike today. Another one. We were in, now my parents divorced, my dad lives in LA. We go to Santa Monica Beach. You're gonna swim today. In the ocean.
MashaAllah. Yeah.
And I learned how to swim that day.
And you have no choice.
Well, I didn't have a choice. He taught me, but he was determined. And a son listening to his father and his dad is saying, hey man, you're gonna do this today. And the kind of impression that my father had on me, I did it.
Why I brought this? Because a lot of kids nowadays, they don't listen to their parents, and a parents accepting the situations, and you see the father is fat, having a lot of cortisol, a lot of emotional response, and he sees his kids in the same way. They are fat, built wrong in terms of diet, lifestyle, sitting in the house, not doing a lot of activities, actually not having any activities.
I think it's the result of people got used to a certain way of living life until it caught up to a point and they just didn't realize it. And it's now, so this is what we do. It's the routine. And it's hard to break the routine. It's hard when for years we've been eating mom's full or mom's masoub and tamiz and then mom's kabsa and you know what I mean? And it's been years and years and years, and we was drinking Pepsi, and all of these Western things entered into, so then, okay, we do the tamiz full and masoub in the morning, shakshuka, we do kabsa, but we do burger or pizza or al-bake at night with another every meal has a Pepsi with it. Some people, I saw people, a lot of people, what's gonna happen?
This is like,
over years, your body's gonna say, hey, I can't take it no more.
This is like over 5,000-6,000 calories per day, and for kids with no activities, that it will damage the body and the brain most likely.
It's like sometimes if some of the kids that we've trained, they come and then they start doing these stabilization exercises, and it's like you pulled a string from their head and they just all of a sudden start posturing up again. Why? Because no activity, bad food, and then the thing about it is we just get into these habits. We think that a food that tastes good and looks good is good. Not always. Mm-hmm. Because I won't say the names because I don't want to down anybody's company, but a lot of these cute little restaurants that have this ready-made food, a lot of times, maybe I would say maybe 65% to 60% of their menu is ready-made food. They just heat it up and present it real well to you. It's not really cooked food. It's processed food. It's been in the freezer. You can't, they have ways to make it taste better, and you don't think it's frozen food. Sometimes we think the presentation, the ambiance, the environment, the taste of the food, it's good food. And good food, maybe, that tastes good, is just not good, especially nowadays. Because we live in a lot, where the dollar is more important than your health. So you got flavor enhancers and all kind of artificial flavors that's playing with your mind, thinking this is tasting good, and you're confused about it. It's just,
I mean, if you don't pay attention to your health, obviously and intentionally, you're gonna pay for your health.
Exactly. Eventually, and that's what I was telling a guy in the gym. If you work hard, he's a businessman. Work hard in this business, very, very, very hard. If you can't take an hour out of your day to better your health, just like you couldn't take 5 moments out of your day to better your spirit and your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, then what are you working for? You working to keep all that money and just give it back to the hospital?
Right. Absolutely.
So what are you working for? You work hard, you chasing the villa, the Mercedes, and the trips to France and to Paris and all that, and then when your body kicks out, you're in the hospital. You take your vacation now is a surgery in a foreign country.